The Trent Alexander Arnold situation continues to rumble onwards. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video. Yes, today's video is going to centre around this man right here, Trent Alexander Arnold, currently of Liverpool, of course, as his contract situation continues to rumble onwards. There is still no deal yet. There is still no decision made on this man's future as he has entered into the final year of his current deal with the Reds. It means that if there is no deal struck for Liverpool between him and the club at the end of the season, he could very well be walking out of Anfield on a free transfer. And with Real Madrid lurking in the background, it could be a beautiful and amazing and phenomenal asset for the Spanish Giants to pick up on a free transfer. As good a free transfer as you're going to get in this day and age in the England and Liverpool right back. However, there have been certain things buzzing around today that may suggest Liverpool are making headway in contract negotiations with Trent Alexander-Arnold, and maybe they are actually closer to striking a deal than what Liverpool fans feared at first they were further away from. We're going to be talking about this situation. We're going to be talking about Liverpool, the situation they're in with Trent, and what he may want out of this. But before we go any further and talking all about that, I would like to remind you all to please like the video and also subscribe if you're new. Both things are always and very greatly appreciated. Get involved in the comment section as well. Let me know what you guys are thinking and feeling about this. Let me know your thoughts, your comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, whatever you want to call it, that I'm sure will make for great interesting reading down below in that comment section. So please do use and abuse that section, people, and talk to me on what you think may happen to Trent Alexander-Arnold in the end. Will he leave Liverpool or will he stay? Let me know what you guys are thinking and feeling down there. But without further ado, let's get on with the video. Let's talk Liverpool, let's talk Trent, let's talk everything else in between. This situation is obviously very similar and in the same kind of boat as what Virgil van Dijk are in, as what Mohamed Salah are in. We talked about these situations a little bit in the past, but the saga continues to rumble on for all three. Liverpool are seemingly dragging their heels a little bit in contract negotiations rather than just tie these players down, which I think we should. I mean, more so Trent than anyone. He's obviously younger. He's only just turned 26 years of age. He's still a one-of-a-kind, exceptional phenomenon in his position. And he's still got the world at his feet. He's still in the prime of his career. And obviously, with him being the homegrown boy and the Scouser in the team, it will hurt Liverpool fans a little bit more than it would if Van Dijk and Salah were to leave. I'm not saying it wouldn't hurt to see Salah and Van Dijk leave, and obviously I hope there can be a resolution for all three, in which all three stay at the club. And I think the likelihood is that we will find a solution to all three in the end, and I think we will manage to keep all three at the club, depending on how many years that will be. I guess with Van Dijk and Salah not exactly in the young stages of their career, I imagine it will only be a 1 or 2 year extended deal for them, whereas I think for Trent we have to be looking at obviously 4 or 5 years to really tie down his long-term commitment to Liverpool and to Anfield. I'm pretty confident we can get all three deals done, but there is obviously the possibility that we don't. And if that is to be the case, I'm not going to turn on any one of these three. These three are world-class players that have helped give me the best memories I have of Liverpool in my lifetime. Obviously, Klopp era, obviously winning the Premier League, the sixth Champions League, the FA Cup runs, the Carabao Cup runs, the potentials of quadruples and things like that. They have given an amazing comebacks against the likes of like Dortmund, the night against Barcelona. These men have been there through it all and have given me some absolutely insane memories that I will never, ever, ever forget in my lifetime. But if they were to leave, I'd be angry, I'd be frustrated, I'd be annoyed, but none of those emotions would be directed at the players. they'd be directed at the club. They'd be directed at FSG. They'd be directed at Richard Hughes. They'd be directed at Michael Edwards. Because they're the ones that have really let the club down, if that is to be the case. They really would have done. The hope is that we get a resolution sorted. The hope is that we manage to make a breakthrough with all these things. We've already seen the likes of Ibrahima Konate and Jarell Kwanzaa sign new deals. Hopefully these three players are going to be next on that sort of contract list. We already know Luis Diaz is seemingly in negotiations with a new deal as well, so that could also be something else to look at going forward. But like I say, if this man especially was to leave, I'm not going to hold any grudges. I'm not going to say anything bad about him. I'm going to thank him for the memories. I'm going to understand his decision to leave, because it won't be for money. It won't be for anything like that. It will be about cementing his legacy within the modern game. And we'll talk about that a little bit later. However, in saying all of that, there does seem to be maybe a little bit of good news on the horizon from this man on Twitter, Dave O.C. Kopp. He talks to Liverpool. He talks a lot of Liverpool. He seems to be a decent source for things like this. He says exclusive. Talks are progressing well between Liverpool and Trent Alexander Arnold over a new deal. Liverpool are hoping to tie him down to a multi-year deal, with confidence growing. A deal will be reached. And it does seem like Trent is going to be giving Liverpool all the time that they need. I don't know why they need a lot of time, but it seems that Trent's going to be really respectful towards Liverpool and give them every chance of maybe offering him a deal that will be acceptable. I'm hoping this is good news. I'm hoping this is obviously true and we are progressing well and we're reaching a new deal for Trent, because this guy is one of a kind. This guy is a unicorn. This guy is absolutely phenomenal in his position. He's given us, like I say, some absolutely incredible memories. He has changed the game for a right back. He is one of a kind in terms of what he can do with the ball at his feet, in terms of what he can do as a right back with the ball at his feet, in terms of his creativity, in terms of his passing, in terms of his movement going forward, his set pieces, the assists, the goals, everything. Even his defending, which a lot of people will criticise him for. But that agenda died a few years ago. It's only brought up by people who don't really watch him that often. We'll see him make one mistake in a game and go, see, Trent can't defend. That is a poor, lazy agenda that should have properly died a few years ago, but is still being kept alive by people that don't watch this guy on a regular basis. Simple as that. Simple as that. But either way, this guy is insane. He's one of a kind. He is so different. And I've said before, we will be able to replace Trent, the right back. If he was to leave at the end of the season, we would be able to replace Trent, the right back, but we would not be able to replace Trent, the player. Absolutely no way would we be. Conor Bradley's good, but he's no Trent. If we were to go out, maybe, and go and get like a, I don't know, just off the top of my head, a Joshua Kimmich, for example. Fantastic player. Brilliant player. I'll be happy with it. But he's not Trent Alexander-Arnold. This guy is one of a kind. A unicorn. He's absolutely phenomenal. And I'd be really annoyed with the club if they were to absolutely fumble this one and cost us an absolutely insane player. And like I say, I would then be annoyed at the club. Already been annoyed at the club so far this year. Already been annoyed at the club that they didn't really back Arnie's slot in the summer. They gave us Federico Chiesa and a goalkeeper that is going to be there for the next several years, but obviously not going to be ready for the next year or 2 years, depending on what they decide to do with Alisson Becker. That's what they gave us in the summer, and they didn't even really give us the goalkeeper. how is that showing any level of ambition of wanting to win things? Because that's all this guy wants. He's getting more and more vocal about what he wants in interviews and press conferences and things of that nature about where his future may lie. And he's constantly talking trophies. He's not talking about money. Of course, money is a factor. We're not going to sit back and say it's not a factor, because obviously it is. But at the same time, it's not the main thing that is going to keep him here. The main thing that's going to keep him here is going to be showing levels of ambition, showing that we are a club that is well functioning and that is going to challenge for the major honours. This guy is 26 years of age and so far has one Champions League, one Premier League, one FA Cup, 2 Carabao Cups, a Super Cup, a Community Shield and a Club World Cup to show for his career. Now, to a lot of football players, that is fantastic. That is something that a lot of football players would snap your hand off for. But for a player like Trent, and with Trent's ability, and obviously with his age as well, he could and should be winning more. And I don't blame him for having that level of ambition and that mentality to want to win more. I absolutely do not blame him whatsoever for anything like that. He deserves it. And let's face it, if he does go to Real Madrid, he will further cement his legacy in the game, which is what this is really all about, cementing his legacy further within the game. He's already a club legend. He's already probably a Premier League star, but he can further cement his legacy in the game by going to Real Madrid. And let's face it, with the team that Real Madrid are building right now, are you telling me that there's no way he can probably add a few more Spanish league titles to his resume? Are you not telling me he can maybe add a few more Champions Leagues to his resume as well? The guy will win trophies at Real Madrid. The guy will cement his legacy further in the game. And not only that as well, but he will also be in contention for top major honours. And I'm talking Ballon d'Or contention. He is looking at his best mate in Jude Bellingham, who had the world at his feet, a lot of potential at Borussia Dortmund, go from being at Dortmund to then playing for Real Madrid and winning the double last year, being brilliant for his country, and also go on to be in contention to maybe win the Ballon d'Or. I don't think he will. I think he'll go to Vinicius Jr., but he's in contention, and of course he's still very young, so he can continue to get better and get more and more involved in that conversation. Dani Carvajal, a right back at Real Madrid, is in the conversation to win the Ballon d'Or because of the trophies he's won. Trent could be in that conversation in about a year or two's time if he makes that leap from Liverpool to Real Madrid. Now, he could also be in contention for that conversation if he stays at Liverpool, but it's about whether or not the club shows him ambition to, of course, continue to fight for the major honours, continue to challenge for league titles, Champions Leagues, FA Cups, Carabao Cups, the whole shebang, the whole lot. It's all about whether or not this club is going to show him the ambition to stay. And so far they have failed. They failed to back the new manager in the summer. They failed in presenting this team with anything that shows a level of ambition. Federico Chiesa for 10 million is a bargain signing, and I've already made my thoughts clear on this Chiesa stuff. But are you seriously telling me that if we'd have gone out, slapped the money on the table, gone and got a world-class DM, a world-class striker, a left-back, maybe Trent would have already signed. Maybe Trent would be the one making the demands to Liverpool instead of it being somewhat the other way around. It just... The longer this obviously drags out, the more I do worry about it. What's come out today about maybe Liverpool making headway in negotiations kind of puts me at ease a little bit. But the longer it drags out, the more it would say to me that Liverpool aren't serious. And if that is communicated to me, that should also be very much communicated to the likes of Trent, to the likes of Van Dijk, to the likes of Mohamed Salah. And the worry for me is that if Liverpool continue to show they're not serious, these players, these world-class players that we currently have at our disposal within our ranks, will leave. The players that are in the next bracket below them, the likes of maybe your Alexis McAllisters, your Ibrahima Konates, your Diogo Jotas, your Cody Gakpos maybe, your Harvey Elliott's, they might be the next to leave as well. They may look at it and go, well, we've lost this player, we've lost this world-class player, we've lost this world-class player. They've not really replaced them. They've not shown any ambition. They've not kept their promise that we will continue to fight for major honours and trophies. What's the point in me staying here? I'm just wasting my career here. And then they'll leave. And then we won't be able to attract players because everyone's looking at it like, why is everyone leaving that sinking ship? That is my major worry with this. That's my major worry with everything. So the quicker, and I don't understand why we're dragging our heels on this, by the way. We really should be just tying these players down as quickly as possible. But the longer, obviously, these things drag out, the more worried I will be. Until, obviously, I see the image of him with pen in hand, with a contract on the table, and him signing it, I won't believe a lot of stuff. But I'm hoping what that tweet said earlier is right, and I'm hoping that Liverpool are making headway in this Trent Alexander Arnold saga to hopefully keep him at the club for the next several years. I'm hoping he'll commit his long-term future, but like I say, I'm not going to be a guy to turn on any of these guys if they leave. Salah could still make it at a top level and can still win plenty of trophies. Van Dijk can do the same, and Trent definitely, at the age of 26, can do exactly that and much more. I'm not going to turn on any of them. It's all about legacy. It's all about cementing their name in the beautiful game. I get that 100%. I will not blame them. I will blame FSG. I will blame Michael Edwards. I will blame Richard Hughes. The fact that they've even got to this point is an absolute joke. But it just shows you how this club, we thought was run really, really well, but in the past few years has obviously broke so much. It's absolutely incredible to have seen it all unfold before our very eyes. But these are just the thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, whatever you want to call it, of this guy. I want to know what you guys think. What do you think about this Trent Alexander-Arnold situation? Will he stay? Will he go? Let me know what you guys are thinking and feeling. Your thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, whatever you want to call it. Make for great interest in reading, I'm sure, down below. So please do get involved down there. Otherwise, hit the like button on the way out if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you are new or want to see more content like this. Both things are always and forever greatly appreciated. Thank you so much for your continued or even brand new support. It is very much appreciated. It's absolutely awesome, and I love you all to pieces. Thanks everyone for watching and listening. I've been Fletch. This has been another Fletch Talks video, and I will see and speak to you all again soon in another video or live stream or whatever it may be. Cheers guys, thanks everyone for watching. Take care, enjoy the rest of your day. Speak to you all again very, very soon.